views in here. Oh my gosh, I had to share. Lots of big redwoods. Just beautiful. Oh my goodness. It's getting warmer. It's 75 out. It was 59 over by the coast. Heading to my old hometown where I lived for 5 years. It's what I consider my hometown. And yeah, because my formative years were spent there. Went to high school there on and off. I went to 6th grade, 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, part of it, all of 10th grade, part of my junior year, and then I was gone after that. This is the place that I lived in that I just fell in love with the country. My mom had always lived in cities. We lived in that city for a while, and then we moved north to which was another city, and then we moved to Red Bluff, and wow, I just fell so in love with that place. Right on the Sacramento River, we could fish for salmon and trout. Loved to cook trout and salmon. I used to gut the salmon, and then we would take the eggs that we got out of the females and we put those up, can them, literally can them, and we would use that for trout bait. I'm really excited to see it again. I saw it in 2010, but since I'm headed back home, I figured let's take this route so I can see it again. My grandparents built a house, and that's what brought us actually up to Red Bluff, because my grandparents moved up there, and my mom decided, I guess she wanted to be close to her mother, and they built a house on the right next to the Sacramento River. This is my grandparents' backyard. That deck has been extended. I guess they added to the house, the people that bought it. The ground used to go down to where that basement is right there. I used to play tennis against that wall. One day, spent a lot of time killing bats. Used to fish off the dock that was down over here. They took out the big tree that was bent over. And I used to do cartwheels and flips, and I'd get the shotgun and shoot at the driftwood as it went by. This was our venue. Give you some more of this beautiful drive here. Look at that big tree right there. Look at these huge trees. Look at these huge, huge, gigantic trees. They're just amazing. I want to live in one. I want to live in a tree. People ask forest or ocean. I have to say the forest wins. It's where I feel most at peace. The ocean is beautiful, but you know, it does the same thing over and over again. Just the waves come crashing into the shore. Yeah. Still driving along on 36, and this must have been one of the areas that had fire because a lot of scorched trees, but there's new growth in here too. I'm going to turn this camera around because there's a super cool looking tree over here. That is an awesome looking tree. It's a dead tree. Well, maybe not so dead. There's green leaves on it. You can see the scorched trees up there. Yeah, it's a cool tree right there. Give you an idea of what got burned. Yeah, really sad. But nature's way of replenishing itself, actually. I had to pull over for this little one to try to go to the bathroom, and what a view I have. Wow. Look at that. That is just gorgeous. It's so pretty. It's hot, hot, hot. It's like 105 right now. From 57 to 105. I want 57 degrees back, thank you. I don't like hot, guys. Isn't that gorgeous? Oh my gosh, poor Peanut. His little feeties are hot. I guess I get him a drink. I thought he had to go potty, but apparently not. There it is, the home hometown, and they have less people living here now than they did when I lived here. It was about a population of 20,000. Now it's about a population of 14,076. And look at this. Look at that temperature. Yuck. My mom liked to live where it was hot. All right, we'll film a little bit of the road into town. I seriously think that I learned how to drive on this road and the I-5. This road coming into town has been a blast, man. There are lots of really cool hills that you get some air time. It's awesome. Yeah. All right, let's see what we got going on over here. Okay. I want to go to the right. That's I-5 right there. I am on Main Street in Red Bluff. The clock tower's been here since I lived here. There used to be a J.C. Penney's right over here that we shopped in, and I took ballet right around here. Gilmore Road, 25 Gilmore Road is where I lived for 5 years. That's where we're headed. It's now an RV park, which is ironic, isn't it? 25 Gilmore Road. See, I still remember my address from when I was 13. They've moved the office over here. Didn't used to be right there. I'll show you where it was. This was a trailer park way back in the day. Here, this little house was the rental office. Right over here, this house. That was where I paid the rent. Mom paid the rent right there. And then there was a dock that went down to the river right over here. Used to fish off of that dock a lot. Drive over there, spent a lot of time at that park. And then back here, this was open space. This was not here at all. It was just a dirt field. And just another glance at the river over there. We lived either, I don't exactly remember, but we were either in the second or third space right here. I think we were in the third space because I know we had a tree. So yeah, this would have been our spot right here. I lived here for 5 years on and off. Boy, that yard is tiny. I remember these yards felt like they were really big back then. And then this is normally the back door, but they've got it gated. So can't get out that way anymore. I was going to come in through here, but apparently I can't. So yeah, this is where I used to live. Don't mind me as I pull into your parking spot. There's a mobile home right there. Huh, interesting. And back here was just a neighborhood. I used to ride my bike. I could leave here and go ride my bike into that neighborhood right there. Yeah, this was our spot right there. Sacramento River, right there. That river is mighty cold too. No swimming in that river for sure. I think, I don't know how much it is to stay here if you're an RV, or I think it's like $450 a month or $500 a month if you live here. Yeah, there's somebody on a kayak headed down the river. Boy, just crossing over that bridge, so familiar. And this is a bathhouse right here. Laundry room, bathhouse. That's the back side. I'm doing this for my kids as much as I am anything else, because they were always curious about where I lived when I was a kid. Mom, someday we need to go see Red Bluff. Well, now we're seeing it. Again, I was here in 2010. All right, we're going to leave here and we're going to head over to the park. Went to many movies at that theater. Sat up in the balcony just turned off of Main Street. That's where my mom worked. So now we're going to go down here to the park. Cool. The pool has water in it. That's really awesome. I spent many days here at the pool. Do they still have the high dive? Oh, they took the high dive down. Bummer. They don't have a high dive anymore. I used to be able to do a backflip off the high dive at this pool. Man, it just all looks exactly the same. My mom could watch me from the trailer do my dives and flips off the high dive. Spent many hours in this park. So cool. Lots of time here. Looks like we got some homeless. Alright. That must be the courthouse. I am headed over to the school. Gorgeous Victorian homes in this little town. Red Bluff Spartans, that was our motto. This was the student parking lot over here. We had the best football team in Northern California. They won every single game they played. And the football stadium that we went to the games every Friday night is right over there, up and down these corridors, going to classes. Okay, here's the situation. I have driven to Marysville, California. Apparently, I'm going to Reno. There is no other way out of this state from where I am except Reno. Minivan Lee is in Reno. Well, I've got to get on the 20 and head to Immigrant Gap. So I'm going to look that up on my phone and hope to goodness it's not 180 degrees there. And I need to know if there's a rest stop nearby. Okay, I got work to do.